And in the words of Tony Robbins, you've got to be in it to win it. Not to forget that you can watch us live on Facebook at Ogtv and Ogun State Television, on YouTube at Ogtv Abeokuta, and on Ogtv website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And for the latest news and reports, check us on this platform. X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the details of the news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commissioned the completed session of the Phase 1 Section 130 kilometer of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway at Kilometer 8 Jakande Estate axis in Lagos State. The president, during the inauguration, promised more dividends of democracy to the people and the spread of projects across the nation.
Let me at this stage warn all developers. The federal government will enforce the setback. If not for anything, it's for the interests of our nation. Development without approval will not be compensated. We have gazetted and published the setback. We are going to enforce it rigidly in every way possible. I take this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians that the hope is here and is realizable. That the benefit will be you'll be part of the benefit. The economy is recovering. There is light at the end of the tunnel now. Inflation is stepping down. The exchange rate is stabilized. The corruption in the exchange rate is eliminated. The corruption in fuel subsidy is limited to BRS minimum. It is your money. It is your opportunity. It is your children that must go to school, must go through the higher education. We are paying for all of that. Look at renewable infrastructure going on in various teaching hospitals and several thousands of health centers.
And a sad 1 year, Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has expressed deep sorrows over the tragic incident involving members of the Kano State contingent who are returning home after participating in the 22nd edition of the National Sport Festival held in Ogun State. A bus conveying the athletes was said to have been involved in the crash about 50 kilometers from Kano after passing through Kaduna State, claiming the lives of 20 athletes. Abiodun, in a statement issued in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, on Saturday, said the incident had left him completely traumatized, especially given that the athletes were vibrant young people who were looking forward to a warm reception from their fans and families after proudly donning the colors of Kano State at the just concluded Gateway Games 2024, and who had a bright future ahead of them. Expressing condolences to the government and people of Kano State over the incident, Abiodun prayed for the repose of the souls of the athletes, saying they were heroes whose patriotism and commitment to the cause of Kano State and Nigeria as a whole will never be forgotten. Meanwhile, the Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development in Kano State, Honorable Mustafa Rabiu Kakwanso, has expressed deep sorrows over the unfortunate motor accident involving members of the Kano State contingent to the National Sport Festival tagged Gateway 2024 held in Ogun State. In an official statement, Honorable Kakwanso, on behalf of the Kano State government and the people of the state, has extended heartfelt sympathies to the affected athletes, officials and their family. He describes the incident as a moment of mourning for the entire state, adding that the government stand firmly with the affected individuals and will ensure they receive the necessary medical attention and support. Honorable Kakwanso also appreciated the efforts of first responders and medical personnel attending to the victims and assured the public that a full report of the incident will be received and appropriate action taken. The commissioner reaffirmed the commitment of the Kano State government to the welfare and safety of all athletes and officials who represent the state in national and international sporting engagement. Away from that, the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has once again reaffirmed his administration's unwavering commitment to religious freedom, equity, and inclusiveness as it recognizes the vital role that religious organizations play in promoting peace, harmony, and development in the state. The Governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, reaffirmed this commitment while declaring open a Thanksgiving service and symposium to mark the first year in office of the executive members of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, Ogun State chapter under the chairmanship of the Bishop of Egba Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Dr. Oludaisi Adekunle. The event was held at the Silver Jubilee Multipurpose Hall, Bishop Court, Onikolobo, Abeokuta. Details of the event are in this package.
Represented by the head of service, Mr. Kennedy Onosoya, Governor Dapo Abiodun said the cooperation being enjoyed by the religious bodies has made Ogun State a place where people of all faiths can practice their beliefs without fear or favor. He appreciated them for the harmony in existence and pledged to keep preserving and promoting such.
As a government, we recognize the moral authority that the church holds. We have a unique voice in shaping minds and hearts and in guiding our youth towards productive and responsible citizenship.
While congratulating the state chairman and his executive council members for celebrating a year of accountability and transparency, Prince Abiodun urged them to continue to serve with diligence and fear of God, as leadership is not a title.
I must appreciate the choice of the team for this celebration, Christian stewardship. At its core, stewardship is a God-given responsibility to manage, care for, and utilize resources, material and immaterial, for His glory and the good of others.
In their goodwill messages, the Alake and paramount ruler of Egbaland, Oba Dr. Adedotun Aremu Gbadebo, and the Ajalaye of Ijebu-Ilogun South, Alayeluwa Oba Emmanuel Olushanu, congratulated the Reverend Adekunle-led executive for impactful leadership provided in the last 1 year and called on them to close any gap. In his exhortation, the head of Catholic Secretariat, the Most Reverend Dr. Peter Odetonibo, admonished them to continue to heed to the commands of God, love one another, and seize the occasion to renew their commitment to God. In his remarks, CAN Chairman, Right Reverend Dr. Adekunle, appreciated the executive members for their support, diligence and commitment, and called for continuous steadfastness in the service of God and prayed God to see them through the 5-year journey. The Honorable Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide, who also attended the Thanksgiving service, is billed to deliver the anniversary lecture titled Christian Leadership Amid Deterioration.
Moving on, the National Orientation Agency remains committed to enhancing the more effective dissemination of information, promotion of national values, and to foster development at the grassroots level through strategic framework. The Southwest Director of the agency, Olufunke Salako, made this known at a press conference organized by the agency to intimate the public of the newly established zonal directorate across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Ayodeji Tomari Oluwumi has more.
The National Orientation Agency in Nigeria focuses on public enlightenment, mobilizing support for government policies, and fostering national unity and development. It aims to raise awareness, influence attitudes and behaviors, as well as to provide feedback to the government. Against this backdrop, for more effectiveness of its duties, the agency had approved the establishment of zonal directorates across the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. While addressing the press on the latest development, the Southwest Zonal Director of the agency, Francisca Olufunke Salako, said the reasons for the zonal directorate creation is to ensure total inclusivity of all Nigerians in its mantra.
This new structure is designed to enhance a more effective dissemination of information, promotion of national values, as well as to better foster development at grassroots levels, to oversee the activities of state directorates located within a particular geopolitical zone, is to ensure that there is adherence to set standards by state directorates under their zone.
Salako revealed that the directorate will also build partnership with stakeholders to enhance civil engagement, foster national unity, and encourage citizens' participation in national development.
The Zonal Directorate will embark on familiarization and working visits to all the Southwest Directorates of the agency. We will visit relevant stakeholders to reaffirm all existing relationships as well as explore new areas of collaboration.
Salako added that Ogun State is hosting the Southwest Zonal Directorate headquarters within the premises of Southwest Resource Center, Okemoson, Abeokuta. She further solicited support of the state government in the Southwest Zone, as well as media organizations, at promoting the activities of the agency. Ayodeji Tomori Olumi, Ogtv News.
To consolidate the gains of achieving total food security, Ogun State government has organized a sensitization workshop for value chain actors of cassava and rice farming in Udogbulu local government under the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone programs. The program is targeted towards achieving gender inclusivity and to encourage youth participation in agriculture. Again, Ayodeji Tomori Oluwumi has the details.
Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones are part of a strategic initiative in Nigeria aimed at promoting agricultural industrialization. The concept involves creating designated zones where agribusiness can operate efficiently, benefiting from infrastructure, services, and policy support. After the awareness of the concept to agri actors, especially in rice and cassava farming sectors in the Udogbulu local government, delegation from Ogun State Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security organized a sensitization campaign to further expose participants to benefit accruable from scheme. Welcoming participants to the event, Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Olu Owotomo, represented by Anthony Salako, reaffirmed that the state government is keen at transforming the agri sector.
We have our groups, farmers groups, which has been profiled a long time ago. Among them, some that have traveled out or stopped planting. So let us get more members. In each group, minimum we can make is 10.
Chairman of Udogbulu local government, Babatunde Dia, represented by Deacon David Olunogu, assures support to complement government's efforts in achieving the desired results.
We have instructed the Department of Agri to bring all the relevant documents so that they could continue the mill, the installation of the mill, so that all of us will have access to meaning of our produce.
The guest lecturer, Tunde Towolawi, advised the farmers and agri officers to take maximum advantage of the program.
The government aims to move away from the negligence of agriculture. It is at the heart of this new approach that this special agro-industrial processing zones was set up with the aim
to link the agricultural sector with the industrial and processing sector so that our domestic market can be supplied, and we can also promote agricultural exports.
The engagement transitioned into question and answer session, with participants getting more enlightened. Ayodeji Tomori Olumi, Ogtv News.
There is need to equip farmers across Ogun State with the knowledge and skills to enhance productivity and resilience in the face of climate change in agriculture. This informed a capacity-building workshop focusing on climate-smart agricultural practices for cassava and rice value chains held by the Ogun State Special Agro-Industrial Processes Zone. This workshop, held at Ogtv Training Hall, Abeokuta, targeted farmers' organization involved in the production, processing, focusing on sustainable agriculture, efficient resource management, and climate-resilient farming techniques. Olaide Oloye reports.
According to research, climate change is a big threat to Nigerian food security, affecting both subsistence and commercial farming. In resolving the menace, Ogun State Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone, agriculturist experts, and stakeholders held a capacity-building workshop for farmers' organizations of cassava and rice value chains on climate-smart agricultural practices. The workshop focused on equipping farmers across Ogun State with the knowledge and skills needed to adapt to climate change and improve their productivity. The Permanent Secretary, Ogun State Ministry of Agriculture, Kehinde Jokotoye, who doubles as the State Program Coordinator, highlighted the importance of climate-smart agriculture in improving crop productivity and resilience to climate change, importance of value chain development in improving the livelihoods of farmers and other stakeholders in the cassava and rice value chains.
We're going to look closely at how we can mitigate the factors affecting this climate change so that at the end of the day, the farmers will be able to produce, and beyond production, there will be high productivity in all their endeavors.
The resource persons emphasized on the importance of sustainable livelihoods for farmers and other stakeholders in the cassava and rice value chains. They spoke on the greenhouse effect and the global warming.
At the end of this training, I believe that farmers will be and extension agents will be able to have a deep understanding about the current situation about climate change.
And these things are just practices that the farmers have always been doing, and sometimes the farmers may want to say that they know more about this thing, but as a scientist, we still need to come around and educate them.
Participants were trained on good agronomic practices, other key techniques, and knowledge needed to adopt climate-smart agricultural practices.
From our previous training on smart agriculture, and now enlightening the farmers about climate change and how they can mitigate the effects of climate change is a way of boosting the farmers' activity so that they can know how to minimize and use effectively and get what they are supposed to get from their products.
The workshop is expected to have a positive impact on the livelihoods of farmers and other stakeholders in the cassava and rice value chains provided. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
Operatives of the Ogun State Community Social Orientation and Safety Corps, SOSAFE-Corps, have been advised to apply the skills and knowledge gained during training to enhance professionalism. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Dr. Rotimiolu Akilesi, gave the admonition during the closing ceremony of the 3-week training held at Ilaro. Nkem Ago was present at the closing ceremony and now reports.
The Ogun State Community Social Orientation and Safety Corps, SOSAFE-Corps, came into existence to complement security network in the gateway states. To expose its operative to high-level security strategies, the leadership organized a 3-week training, which among other objectives will better equip beneficiaries. The training aimed to equip personnel with the necessary knowledge and skills to combat modern security challenges, including kidnapping, banditry, and ritualistic crimes, as over 700 personnel participated in the training. SOSAFE Corps Commandant Soji Gonzalo says the corps has been working to improve security in the state, and the training is part of its efforts to build the capacity of its personnel.
The knowledge that they have acquired here, they should be able to put it to practice while they get to their various divisions and various beats, various area commands and zones.
Representing the Commissioner of Police, Ogun State Command, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Bamidele Job of Ilaru Command, advised the corps to be diligent in their duties to humanity.
Ensure you are very prompt. And in a situation whereby you are on 24-hour basis duty, that is, it's a duty in which a reliever will come when you are closing. Ensure you wait for that reliever before you go.
Declaring the training closed, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Dr. Rotimi Oluwakilesi, says their dedication to service is not unnoticed, and the ministry places high premium on regularizing the corps' objectives into Ogun State civil service in the front burner.
I want to charge all beneficiaries and trainees of this very laudable program to ensure that all what was learned for the past 3 weeks are applied in our duty post to engender security of lives and property in our dear states.
A word of appreciation was presented to Dr. Rotimi Akilesi, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Now in its 14th year, the SOSAFE Corps continues to render community policing with focus on protecting critical government infrastructure. In Kem Abu, Ogtv News.
Moving on, the people of Iloye area CDC turned out in large numbers for their monthly statutory meeting, hosted by Tamak Songo Community Development Association, to brainstorm on ways to move their community forward. During the meeting, Iloye Area Community Development Committee Chairman Elder Joseph Babayemi highlighted the committee's achievement over the past year and expressed gratitude to patrons, advisors, executive and CDA chairmen for their unwavering support.
The Iloye Area Community Development Committee comprises over 70 CDAs, and this monthly meeting aims to find lasting solutions to community problems. Tamak Songo Community Development Association hosted the meeting with outgoing chairman Dikin Samuel Olubodun welcoming guests.
Tamak today has shown that ACDC meeting is a meeting that people should be thirsty to go, and that's what we are trying to showcase today, bringing over 70 CDA together and dishing out free glasses, free medicals, and every other thing that we have done today is just to showcase that CDA at our level, we can still make ourselves happy and do things on our own to better our people.
Elder Joseph Babayemi discussed the committee's achievements and addressed present issues in various communities.
It's an ACDC meeting, we do it every month, but this one at Tamak is a different one. It's very well organized and we are all happy about it. I will charge, as I used to do, to all members to always come to meetings, to always do community work, because this is where we can help ourselves.
A key highlight was the dissolution of the old executive officers of Tamak Songo CDC and the inauguration of the new ESCO.
I believe the former chairman did very well, which I believe I myself also will do very fine.
Awards of recognition were presented to community members in appreciation of their support.
I am very happy for this honor.
The chairman also empowered some community members drawn from various CDAs.
distinguished Mr. Tony Ike Agudo. I'm here to talk about the StarTime Solar experience that was recently installed to the present facility I manage. We've had some issues when it comes to powering the facility. We made a contact with the StarTimes company, and on the long run, we were able to get into partnership with them, where they formally installed the current inverter machine. The installation of this very inverter gave us a cut in our costs implications when it comes to usage in power, both in PCM and also the diesel purchase to our generator.
You're still watching The World This Week on Ogtv. A celebration of faith and gratitude as the Bishop of Diocese of Egba West Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Right Reverend Samuel Ogundeji, marked the remarkable triple milestone with a special Thanksgiving service. In-came Ago reports on the joy and spiritual fervor that filled the church. Our reports.
The triple Thanksgiving service brought together members of the Anglican Communion and well-wishers to honor Right Reverend Samuel Ogundeji as he celebrated his 65th birthday, 15th year of consecration and enthronement, and 30th anniversary of his ordination. The event was filled with joyful praise, heartfelt testimonies, and a spirit-lifting sermon.
Even as he celebrates now, he also needs to apply his heart unto wisdom and ensure that the years ahead are better than the ones he has spent. And especially by making sure he relates well with the priest. That is his first constituency. And it is by doing that he will get the support of those he works with, and they also in return they will cooperate with him, and together the Diocese of Egba West will move forward and he will complete his episcopacy joyfully.
The celebrant's wife and children shared testimonies of faith, expressing their deep gratitude for how the celebrant's ministry has touched and transformed lives.
May God continue to keep him in his vineyard and bless his new age.
Well, Daddy has been a very good man, a very nice man, a family man to be precise. And his ministry has not been a surprise to us because he's a man that loves God and is active in the service.
He has put in his best up to this moment, and God has always seen him through. I'm so happy for him and excited that despite all the challenges, he's still here and he's still progressing each and every year.
Grateful for God's grace over his life, Right Reverend Samuel Ogundeji gave thanks for the journey so far.
The journey seems rough, but yet God still called me at the appointed time. So both the birth, the ordination, and the consecration bishop, it has been God. It has been God, because these are the things I never expected, but God proved himself to be faithful.
The occasion also featured the unveiling of his latest book, further making the celebration with a reflection of divine inspiration. The church was filled with joy as the faithful celebrated God's enduring goodness and the impactful ministry of their bishop. The triple celebration served as a powerful reminder of God's blessing of gratitude and unwavering faith in God. In Kem Agu, Ogtv News.
Moving on, parents and other caregivers have been admonished to join the fight against cervical cancer among female folks by encouraging the vaccination of every girl child against human papilloma virus. The State Secretary of Family Health Initiative and Advocacy Working Group on Health in Ogun State, Shola Olufemi, made this call during an advocacy visit to the Broadcasting House of Ogun State Television.
I Ogtv this morning to have an advocacy with the management to advocate for their collaboration, their support, their partnership in the area of amplifying the campaign on HPV vaccination, so we can give the right information and the right education and the right enlightenment to the populace. HPV vaccine is actually the vaccine that prevents our girl child from having cervical cancer. You can recall that when COVID-19 came, we are unprepared, and we have to be running heter looking for the vaccination. Now in this case, we are not running heter now for the vaccination. We are getting it, we are nibbling it. They say prevention is better than cure, so it's better we have the vaccination to prevent it rather than looking around and then fighting and running to see how we can cure it.
Lufemi said the vaccine would help eradicate and prevent cervical cancer. The late wife of the chairman Trade Union Congress, Ogun State, Chief Mrs. Omoduni Lasisi, has been described as a great woman whose life of accomplishment and impact touched many lives positively to the admiration of all. The governor, Prince Abiodun, stated this at the 8-day fidal prayers for the deceased held at the Abeokuta North local government premises, Akomoja, Abeokuta, represented by the head of service, Mr. Kende Onosoya. The governor said part of her accomplishment as a successful businesswoman led to the conferment of the chieftaincy title of Iyaloja of Isalekbe on her, which underscore our respected position in the society. The governor urged the Labour leader, Comrade Akim Lasisi, who is the most urged to take solace in the short life well spent and the memories of positive impacts she recorded during her sojourn on earth, and stay strong for the children left behind, as he has now assumed both roles played by the two parents.
On behalf of the government and the good people of the state, we want to participate with our Labour leader and our comrade Akim Lasisi, for the passing of his dear wife. May the Almighty God grant us strength and comfort at this point in time. And may He grant Elijah Khadijat eternal rest in his bosom.
In a lecture, an Islamic cleric Sheikh Dr. Taufik Amolebe urged the people to always be cautious of how they live daily, as death can come calling at any time, and comforted with the belief that only God can take and give without any prior notice. Amolebe, while condoling the Lasisi family, especially the husband and children, who are the most grieved, assured that a place in paradise cannot be vacant, as she served Allah diligently with her life and resources while on earth, and charged those still alive to live worthy lives that can be emulated. The husband of the deceased, Comrade Akim Lasisi, who described his late wife as a nice, cool-headed, respectful, supportive woman, prayed God to keep the children for him and grant the deceased eternal peace, as he cannot be queried for taking what he gave to him.
I want to give glory to Almighty God. He gives and takes. Who are we to query Almighty God? It is only a person, Elijah Khadija Tomoto, was a very cooperative woman. She was very nice. She will never report me to anybody. A very cool-headed woman. But as I said, God gives and takes. Who are we to query him? I only want to pray to Almighty God to please place her in Al-Jannah Firdaus. And I want to pray to Almighty God to keep the children from me.
Kende Lasisi said their mother was an amazing mother, caring and selfless woman who placed humanity first in all she did, and added that the memories she left behind will be greatly missed. Labour leaders, including the immediate past National Secretary, TUC Women Commission, Comrade Omolara Sansa, and the Chairman, Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools, Comrade Oluwashiwa Gbesonwa, said Chief Mrs. Khadijat Omoduni Lasisi was humility personified, a philanthropist, stabilizer, and dog who gave all her to make anyone who crossed the path comfortable, and prayed God to give their leader, Comrade Akim Lasisi, the fortitude to bear the irreplaceable loss. People have again been enjoined to always involve God in their daily lives and be accountable to Allah, as deaths can come when least expected. Chief Imam of Mulekuro in Abeokuta, Imam Akombi Lukman, made this known in his sermon at the burial of Madam Simiatu Ashabi Shodalubi. Abdurrahman Ayotayo has details of this report.
The Muslim community came together to bid farewell to one of their own in a solemn and dignified burial ceremony that reflected Islamic values of compassion, respect, and humility. The celebration took place at Abule Mologede village in Abeokuta, where family, friends, and community members gathered to pay their last respect and offer prayers for the repose of the soul of the deceased. In his sermon, Imam Akombi Lukman enjoined all to live a daily and accountable life to Allah, as death can come when least expected.
Earthly possession doesn't matter. What matters is life and death.
The remains of the deceased were later buried at her residence. To the children, their mother was a woman of many parts, whose demise will be greatly missed.
As a human being, you must have three things: endurance, perseverance, and contentment.
Màmá ló jẹ́ kí n da ẹ̀yọ́ lélẹ̀. Tó ń bà tí mo fẹ́ ọmọ mọ́tò màmá, ìyàwó mi ní oúnjẹ Thai-bat. In fact, mi ò ní gàmì ní góńgbà náà.
My mother-in-law was there for me when I had nothing.
Gbàmí nǹkan tí mi ò tiẹ̀ expect kò fẹ́ ṣe fún mi gan, á ṣe fún mi. Ifun gan nígbà tí ò sówó kankan lọ́wọ́ wa.
My mother helps us with food and money when we had nothing.
Aged 110, Chief Mrs. Simiatu Ashabi Shodalubi is survived by children, grandchildren, among whom is Alhaji Latif Shodalubi, a former staff of Ogun State Television, Ogtv. Until her death, she was the Iyalode Alasalatu Lokeleji.
On the foreign scene, Kenya President William Ruto has publicly apologized to Tanzania over deportation rule. Mauritanian CD Al-Tan has been elected to succeed Nigerian's Akinwumi Adesina as President of African Development Bank. We'll bring you details of this on the Foreign News Recap this week.